You know, in the 1880s, I think they had something figured out, and there was no limits. And today, we're going to go to a place that's not strictly accessible by motorcycle. It's accessible by any of you. And I'm going to show you how Nova Scotia almost ended up with its own version of the Panama Canal. During a period in time whenever shipping was a big concern and wooden ships were being lost around Nova Scotia by navigating around the coast of Atlantic coast, one creative guy came up with a solution that no one else has heard of and done since. And it didn't get completed, but we're going to go to the spot that I think best represents the achievements, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. So this is really cool, and it's actually really in my backyard. So what a bet! There's no better way to test out my gear than this. And it's a bit windy. I'm going to be cold today. It's only like 7 degrees, but once you start slamming through the wind chill, it's going to be like minus. It's almost freezing. So we'll see how far we get and how far we make it. We're heading back through some back roads here in Cumberland County. We're going to land out in Tidnish, which is right on the border of Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. The reason that I think this place is important is it gives me a chance to test it on my gear without going too far, and it also has significant historic value because it was a project that was started back in the 1800s by a Henry KETCHUM, and we're going to end up on his road that was named after him eventually here. Here we are again, back in the pavement. So this is Highway 366, and of course I've been here lots of times. Where I'm trying to get to, I've never actually been there. So we're gonna do some poking around here to see how we can best access this spot. It's just a few 100 meters away, and we're gonna take a good hard long look. This spot is now used for ATV and walking path access. Sometimes it used to be used for snowmobiles as well. But the main bridge crossing that's there now, which we'll talk about in the future why it was never intended to be there, is closed because it's not safe. The boards on the bridge itself are, let's just say, not supposed to be able to handle the weight of a human being. Let's get in here and have a look. So the crossing is just up here. I'll be one of the few people who actually does the speed limit through here. Place. Oh geez, did I miss it? Yeah, must have missed it. Like I said, I've never actually been through here. I've seen this from the river, I've seen this from this road, but I've never actually figured out how to get access to the public walkway. Oh, see, there it is. That's where we're going, right there. Up and behind. Let's go up KETCHUM Drive and see if we can get up in there. Woohoo! Oh, this is awesome. You know what, to be honest, I don't know if I've been down this road. This is Henry KETCHUM Drive. This is KETCHUM Drive. Let's see if I can get up here. Oh yeah, look at this. see the trail. Oh, we're going in, baby. Let's go in. I have no idea. Let's see. Oh, this is perfect. Look at that. So we'll turn around and let's go have a look. So right now where I'm sitting is a place of significance, actually. The stones that I'm sitting on were quarried in Scotland and ferried over here for this project alone. And you remember how I said we were going to look at a place that was like the Panama Canal? Meet the Marine Railway. And the plan was that they were going to take ships, wooden ships, up to 1,600 tons out of the Bay of Fundy or the Northumberland Strait and ferry them by train with 2 locomotives across 27 kilometers of the Chignecto Isthmus, which is ultimately swampland where we're at. Now, this is the lowest point in the ground between the 2 provinces. It's really the borderline between New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. And this railway was going to connect the Northumberland Strait and Bay of Fundy because the wooden ships of the 17th or 16th centuries and 17th centuries were running aground off the coast of Nova Scotia due to the severe weather. They didn't have the ability to tell what was going to happen for weather, and they were suffering significant losses. And so cargo ships at the time were looking at this as a plausible business venture. Right at the same time, however, that this was possible, you have the railway coming into strength within North America, and unfortunately this project was never finished despite 5,000 people and about 13 kilometers of this railbed being done over 3.5 years and a ton of money being lost. KETCHUM himself lost his shirt and eventually died for this, trying to complete this cause. The rail bed still remains today, which is almost 135, 140 years later. So it's one of these things where you can reach back, you can physically touch history and come see what was built by the incredible craftsman that lives that long and still today is part of it. Now, where I'm sitting right now, I'm sitting on the constructed arch that was supposed to redirect the Tidnish River. And by redirect, I'll show you that there's a suspension bridge that's here now that was never meant to be there. That suspension bridge was put in just in recent years by comparison, even though it's a bit derelict. We know now that the intention of this rail bed was to actually fill in the river, and they were going to redirect the entirety of the river through this passageway that they built out of stone. And remarkably, it has held up extremely well. So even though that wouldn't pass by modern standards, and probably thankfully so, they were going to rerun this river through this archway, which is again another feat of engineering. And just cool. It is cool. You get to be the troll on the bridge. I don't know, should I tempt fate? Tempt fate a bit here. I have never been on it. Oh, you can see the old snowmobile tracks. Ooh, look at her, she's dippy. We're still over ground though. Tell you right now, I am not going on there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a significant collapse right here. Yeah, look. See that? Oh, you see what happened there? That cable guide up there is slid forward. That's why this is sagging. I mean, it looks pretty solid. It just doesn't look comforting. So if you can imagine just for a minute that the little hole that we just came from, that they built, was going to be filled in on this side to replace all this water in the river. It wouldn't happen today, I'm sure, But that was their plan. That was how motivated they were in order to get this to work. And man, what a cool place to visit. Even though they made the best of what they had. I wouldn't go on the bridge though. So the wind has been, as anticipated, as much of a problem today as we thought it would be with the drone, but I did get a little bit of footage and hopefully you guys get to see it. We're going to go the other way on the trail, see how far we can get on the motorcycle, and see how that goes. I've never been on this trail. I have no idea what it looks like. I have no idea what I'm going to come into. So let's go see what we get into. Oh, look at it. It is a pretty good trail. I mean, it's like a feeder road. So before any of you start pulling me apart for getting on the motorcycle that way, truth is, that's the way I was trained to do it. And so we did buy our trail pass, and we're fully legal for the trails because they are run by the ATV and snowmobile clubs here. Oh, big ruts. Let's take our time here. Oh, I have an idea where this is going to come out. We're committed. Oh, there we go. Got through her. The limitation of this bike's tires is quite evident. So it's remarkable. So they intended to put the actual rail ties 5.5 meters apart and stagger them so that you can put two locomotives side by side. Oh, hi, look at this. I have a visitor. And pull these massive ships along this rail bed, which is quite remarkable if you ask me. Like, I mean, it's staggering to think about. No one else does this. And it looks pretty good though. Like, it looks like there's cars and stuff. Look how wide it is. Vehicles are driving on it. And if I haven't said so yet, welcome to the channel called Throttle Clutch Brake. We're going to do a few adventures here. This is just an early one to work out some bugs in the bike. Make sure that we don't have any long standing issues on some further trips. Clearly mud's an issue. Not too bad, but the tires that I'm running are not able to deal with it because they have a strong center patch in the back and the front tires don't have much give in the tread pattern. So we're going to put our bum forward and grip the tank nice and tight and see how far we can get in this trail. I don't know if you can see this or not, but this is sketch. I mean, the rail's falling off. I know it's, I mean, I'm gonna cross it. But look at the beavers. They're like, they've decided to raise the water level higher than the bridge itself. And this is cool. Ooh, holes. We're good, we're good. So this is slightly more challenging than I anticipated. And what you can't see is that even though there's not that much deep mud, the mud that is there is all clay. There's no sand in it. And it is extremely slippery. And then what I'm having to do is pick the least deep rut, because for some reason this trail is used heavily for vehicles too. Oh, that was close. And the ruts are so deep that when you put your feet down, you can't use them to catch yourself. And my tires are not equipped for this. Clearly that's an upgrade in the future. Big slide. All right, this is a little better. Beavers, they know, man. Hope we can get across. I don't know what's going on. I'd rather not go back through that section I just came through. That's the way it is sometimes. Oh, must have been right here, yeah. Look, they had the culvert dammed up. There's a section of the culverts. Solar lights running the Christmas lights. Huh. Look, you see the tunnel where the beavers used to go in underneath their lodge. Look at the shale. Like, look at the sandstone there. There's all the branches they were eating. Man, this is cool. It's not too often you see that. It's the inside out lake. Right, I know where we're at. I know where we're at. And this is pretty cool because honestly I've never been all the way through this trail. I didn't know where it went. And I know where we're going to come out. And I'm going to take you guys out to see something you probably haven't seen before. We're going to hit pavement here after a bit, so I'll just cut to where we end up, okay? So we're going to head over here to the Fort Lawrence Basin. We're going to get in here a little ways, see what we can find. This is where the ships were going to be pulled out of the water. And as you can see, we are surrounded by windmills. And with the windmills, we're not going to fly the drone because I don't want to damage millions and millions of dollars of property because my drone flew into it. So let's see how far we can go down here. And this is where they plan to pick up ships. Now it's really beneficial because when the tide comes in, you can sail a big ship up in here. You can slide it up onto a carriage, and they had 10 hoists with an engine house that was going to lift it up. And those hoists were going to put it onto the trolley, and the trolley was going to send it over to the other side of the province, where it was going to be put into the Northumberland Strait. And I'm going to put up a picture here to show you exactly what that looks like. But I mean, it's a beautiful day. I'm actually not that cold, and but the wind is howling. There you have it, the ship's rail yard. Man, it's something that I've always wanted to do. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of how significant that is. It's a big deal for me. I wish we could have got out to see where the wharf was, but the tide was up, and there was also the issues with the wind. I couldn't get the drone out because we were going to fly the drone into the rotors of the windmill. Man, good ride though. I don't know if you can hear it. It's wicked windy. It's blowing like crazy. It was only about 8 degrees. My hands are blue. The hand guards are surprisingly great. And I have heated grips, and that's the only thing that really made me get through with the hands issues there. I mean, it was a great initial run. I got mud on the bike. We're smothered and covered, and helmet turned out great. I mean, what do you expect? Really though. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like this, share it. Remember, PTSD has a hard time holding on past 110. And we're going to take you there, slow or fast. We're going to see some awesome stuff. I'll see you around. Thanks.